And we should be live right about now. Yeah. What up, y'all? What's going on? Welcome to the family room. We just getting things started right now, man. Of course, per usual, man. I'm hyped. I'm real excited about who we bringing up. It's a surprise guest for a reason. Definitely a surprise guest, and I think a lot of y'all that tune in will be like, "Wait, what? How did you do that?" So yeah, we getting ready to get it started, man. But let's do what we always say we're gonna do. Let's pay some bills real quick and make sure that we on point. So first off, you can use this code Snapback. What you gonna use that for? Well, you're gonna use that to order your Chief Botanicals. Chief Botanicals is giving you a discount. If you go to snapbacklive.com/chief and you use this code, the code Snapback, you can get a discount on all your Chief Botanical products. I personally have the CBD gummies. They are definitely worth it. They are worth for calm. They are, you know what I'm saying? They're vegetarian, or they're not like high in sugar or anything like that. It's just simply to get you to a calm state, and it actually does help. I know the story. I know y'all heard the story about B staying sleeping like 70 hours after he took one. Nah, but he definitely needed to get some rest, and the CBD gummies help. So here we are. What up, y'all? What's going on? Welcome to the family room. My name is Trek Life. I hope you guys had a wonderful week, and hope you guys have a wonderful week ahead. I have a very special guest in the place, and I don't want to spend too much longer talking about anything else because I want to get to the special guest. I met this brother just through the MC circuit, several different occasions. Me being a cocky MC, they was like, yo, we got another MC on the night or whatever in the circuit. I'm like, all right, who this dude gonna be, whatever. And this dude grabbed a mic, and I was like, okay, so I definitely need more practice. If you have been to Snapback, if you have been to Rock the Bells, if you've been to, I mean, man, almost any dope event that you can name, this brother's voice has been the voice that you have heard through the speakers directly into your ear, directly into your heart to keep the party moving. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to bring to you my homeboy, your homeboy, Toquon. What up, brother? What's going on, man?
Peace. How you do, family?
Man, I'm doing wonderful.
I like that shirt you got on right there, man.
Oh man, thank you. You know what I'm saying? It's just did laundry, so now we on. We got the Snapback joint ready.
There it is.
My
Indeed.
man. It's good to see you. It's good to have you on, man. This was an interesting one. I was like, I don't know if my man gonna jump on for this one, but I'm glad we got you on here, brother.
Well, I'll say it's a blessing, in this climate that we in right now. Just to be able to do anything, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, not to mention something we love to do, you know?
Right.
So, it's been a long, crazy road with this whole, COVID shutdown, and just doing our best to, as they say, man, just take it one day at a time, stay healthy. It's a blessing that my family is healthy. And, that's the main thing, So, you said, yo, Toquon, I need you, and we've always had the respect. We've always had the respect for each other. Where if I call you, you came, man, and you call me, I'm there. That the
Yes,
respect is it's that kind of love, man. So I'm gonna do my best, even though this is not my type of thing. I'm still getting used to this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, we all good. We just gonna chop it up.
Way out of pocket.
We straight. We just gonna chop it up. Man. We good. You know what I'm saying?
This is family.
One of the reasons why we have that respect is because we've emceed together on several occasions at several different types of events.
Yes, sir.
But I always tell people, man, my favorite MC at any club, rock. I mean, not just club, but just stage presence is you. Like I've learned so much watching you MC. Like, for people who don't know or haven't been there, like, you will just completely change the vibe of the jam. Like the party goes up a level. And as far as voice goes, the only comparable voice I can find is KRS-One, like that just cuts directly through. So I want to know, because I know you go back as far as an MC. So
yeah.
Where did MCing start for you? What was the moment that you was like, yo, it's going down, I'm gonna be an MC?
I think it was like, I would say like 1983, before a lot of y'all was born. You know what I'm saying? uh, uh, this I had a one of my close friends, guys that I ran with. We were kids, man, in like fourth grade. He had a family out there in New York, and he would bring those tapes back. And I'm listening to all these tapes and the mix show from WBLS and Kiss, all
Yeah.
those early brothers, Red Alert, and all of them when they was doing radio shows. And you know, it was the energy. Like he didn't even rap, but just the energy that he brought back, and he was feeling, you know, back to Cincinnati, Ohio. By the way, that's where I'm
Right, I was
from.
about to ask.
Shout out to the Natty, salute to the Natty. Yeah, so I was there, man, and we was in elementary school, so he was like, "Yo, I got this music," and I used to listen to it, and of course, everybody had to have the box, or some called it boom box or whatever, what I'm saying, different depending on where you're from. But yeah,
Yeah.
we had a box. They used to play them joints, man, and I just fell in love with just the rhyme. I mean, always had music in my blood because I'm a musician already. I played percussions and drums. You know what I'm
Word.
saying? So that was just my thing. But when that hip hop came and I heard those brothers rhyming on them old tapes, I was like, good Lord, that's it. And then 1983, I was sitting over at my aunt's boyfriend house, well, his mother house. It was Thanksgiving, and I remember sitting in the middle of the living room, and they had MTV on, and there was these brothers that came on there, the black hats, black leather blazers, black leather pants, and these sneakers with their tongues out. And I'm like, this is crazy. What is this? And it was Rockbox. And from there, you couldn't tell me nothing else, man. I was hooked forever, man. I was hooked forever. That was it. And
Yeah, Run
that's pretty
DMC
much it,
was
bro.
was also one of my intros, which is crazy because I can just remember like just the whole energy of the drums and the movement behind Run DMC was just it was like almost
Yeah,
off the wall. You
yeah.
present a certain level of old school, but it's updated. It's very much updated. You know what I'm saying? When did you get to LA from the Natty? When did you move out this way?
I would like I first came out here was say 92. It
92.
was this
Okay.
group that I came out here with. They got a record deal with Giant Records, Warner Brothers, and they were a group like New Edition and Troop, that
Okay.
type of group. But
Okay.
we were real tight and we ran together. As one of my brothers, shout out to Cole Premier too. They was ridiculous as a group, with the dance routines and all of that. But we were one of those. We were the kids that shared a lot of dreams. So me and the leader of the group, his name is T. Rob. He would tell me every move that they made. Like, yo, we are in LA, and then the way he called me was like, we struck gold. Y'all gotta come out here to LA. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we teenagers, but it was still like word. He's like, yeah, we gotta get out here. Yo, I collected as much money as I could get, man, and I bought a bus ticket, man. I think the bus ticket was maybe about $89. You know
Word.
what I mean? And
Wow.
we came out here and we did the Motown. Um, they was doing showcases. Showcases were real big out here in Hollywood. And yeah, we went out there and they was like, yo, well, we getting ready to perform. We already being looked at by Cassandra Mills over at Giant Records / Warner Brothers. So we're gonna go on and perform, and we want to bring you on with us. So I always had that connection with other groups bringing me on as the guest of
Yeah.
doing a thing.
Yeah.
So that started back then, man. And we went on. It was a spot called the Club Spice in Hollywood, very important spot that people know about
Yes. Very
because
much so.
yeah, man, they did a lot of showcases that put a lot of dudes on. As a matter of fact, the guy that was on that show with us that night, that was a nobody, and he was killing it, was the brother Jamie Foxx.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
Jamie Foxx. Yeah, yep.
That's
Jamie
wild.
Foxx and another comedian, Speedy, and it was dudes just was out here, man, just trying to get on and live their dream. Another brother they used to come through that we used to build with and they loved with because before I was in a group too back then, and he used to love what we did, and he was like, boy, you motherfuckers just be crushing it, man. I love that shit. I ain't never in my life seen a motherfucker just jump in the crowd, nigga, just rap about people, man. I love that. And that was your man Eddie Griffin, and
Wow.
he was on
Wow.
the come up at that time as well. So just seeing a lot of it, in those early days in LA was
That's
amazing.
that's big. I'm really glad you mentioned Showcase. This is actually a part of the city I'd forgotten about almost
Yeah,
entirely. But that
yeah,
was where a ton of networking that you look back on to this day, like, yo, where did I meet that person at? You know what I'm saying?
right, right,
Or
right.
you wonder how these deals were happening. I remember the showcases, and also at the time in Inglewood, it was fashion shows.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
uh,
We rock some of those too.
yeah. That was where, I don't want to say where I got my start, but that's where I started meeting my first musicians as well. Was my
Yeah.
mom used to do the fashion shows, but anyway, this is about you, not me.
It's all good. It's all good. It's about
so
us. It's hip hop, baby.
so you come out to LA, you're doing the
Hmm.
showcases, things are moving around,
Hmm.
you're starting to get onto these stages. Now, what took you from the rhyming in groups, putting records together, how we all start, right? And how we all continue to rocking clubs and hosting venues and hosting events. Where did that start?
It's so crazy, man. Taking you back to, I would say seventh or eighth grade. I had a music teacher named Mr. Mullins, and he was in charge of putting the talent shows together. And I was like, "Yo, I want to be in the talent show." And I don't know what it was he saw in me. He said, "I would let you get in the talent show, but you have to host it too." I'm like, "What?"
Wow.
I'm like, "What are you talking about? I've never done nothing like that in my life." So it's funny how certain people see things in you.
Yeah.
Um, so starting then, he said, "I want you to host the show. So I'm going to go and perform, but I'm going to carry the whole show by myself." Yeah, he's like, I'll come in and read little things and make announcements, but you pretty much carry the
Wow.
show.
That's dope. That's
And
dope.
yeah, so that was just an amazing thing, man. And I appreciate that, man. And I don't even know if he's still alive. I pray that he is. But just him seeing that in me, that's how that started. So I didn't know. Fast forward many years later, that I'll end up in LA, um, hosting many events.
Yeah.
Like even
Many
and yeah,
events.
with
Yeah.
many events, man, which is so crazy. And I look back on that. Funny, I just thought about that maybe about a year ago. Like, man, Mr. Mullins, I wonder what happened to him.
Yeah.
Um, because like I said, I was banging them drums. I was on my Nick Cannon shit back then. You know what I'm saying? That's drum line, baby. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's how it really started. But then coming out to LA, just real quick, I used to be down with this crew called Release Party, and it was a collective of us, and we all put our little money together. We put our first single together. You know what I'm saying? We paid for it, got our own vinyl, everything was on our grinds. This dude named DJ Rock and DJ Steve just had connections with different promoters. There was a promoter named Doug, which he had a club called DMK Entertainment, and we went out to Chillers. It was Chillers, and we went out there and performed. And yo, it's such a dope setting because it was a mixed crowd. First time I've been around the Asian community that embrace hip hop so heavy. You know what I'm
Word.
saying? And it was
Word.
it was a dope. And yeah, I see a few of the actors out there, and it was these other kids that used to always get in the middle of the floor and do they dancing and kill it in and shit. And I looked around and it was Black Eyed Peas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
a
that's
lot of these
yeah.
dudes, yeah, yeah. So they was out there doing a thing, man, and that was the introduction. So, anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. That the promoters, I mean, the producers that I was working with, got us a show out there, and we perform, and everybody would come on to do their thing. I would come on last, because I had all these crazy energy, so they let me go last, and we perform and rock it. So a couple of weeks later, that promoter Doug calls my man Steve, the producer, and say, "Yo, where's that kid with all that energy?" And he was like, "Who's that?" And he's like, "Oh, that was Toquon." He was like, "I love his energy." He's like, "Do you think he would want a job?" His job doing what? He was like, "Well, our host, the MC that we had here in this club, unfortunately just passed away."
Oh wow.
And
Wow.
yeah, he said, "So we need another DJ to fill in. I mean, another MC to fill in with our DJs, which is at the time one of the DJs was DJ Hideo from 100.3 to B,
Rest in peace,
or
Hideo.
92.3 to B.
Yeah.
So he was one of the dudes. My man DJ Jason was his name was Shortcut as well, not the Beat Junkie Shortcut, but another dude from B More, and Joe Slice. So it was these dudes that was out here DJing doing their thing, man. And he asked me to come out there and do it, and boom, that I don't know how the hell that happened, but again, it came to me just like it did in junior high school.
That's dope.
Because I came out here to be, LL and Busta Rhymes and Tribe. I came out here to be KRS-One, Public Enemy. I came to do that. And nowhere in my mind did I think that I would be doing something that's cut from that cloth of DJ Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? And Busy B and those dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know I had that part in me because I knew it was more to just being a dude that can rhyme, because I was always a performer. I believed in the art of putting on a great show.
Yeah.
So, that just came along with that. But yeah, just emceeing and hosting clubs.
And just constantly getting invited to do so. Real quick, shout out DJ EJ and Jay Dizzle in the chat. Yes, EJ, this is Toquon. We actually got him on the show, man. I can't believe it. Yo, no, but that's the other thing. I think the art of emceeing is what makes you special as a performer and as an artist. Like, some people have a natural ability to MC. And I know emceeing is as far as ancient arts, it's not ancient at all. But it just seems like some people are born with the natural ability to MC. I don't know what they would be what you would have been 1,000 years ago. It's almost like you were made for this time to MC. And I know you study the craft, right?
Yeah.
So
and it sets from that the history of what they called back in the days griots. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was the people that sat among the village and told the stories. But then again, they were a lot of them were very flamboyant in the way they gave you the stories, which made them, more memorable. You could remember them better, by those who, and they, then eventually it turned into people that you call poets,
Yeah.
So, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
You great. That's great. Because you have to come from a long line. It's got to be in your blood, man. When you take over a party, what's going through your mind? Like, I definitely know there is no nervousness. I can guarantee you that. I know that I'm generally nervous, but I don't think I've ever seen you nervous near a microphone or in that situation. What is going through your mind when it's time to take over the jam?
Well, actually, there is nerves. It's just by the time you met me, I've been what you call it, a little more seasoned to how to deal with them at the moment. Right. Here's the problem that I've always had. I'm always in my head a lot, even when I'm just rocking the crowd, party rocking, you know what I'm saying? MCing, right. I'm forever in my head because I'm a perfectionist. I want things to be as amazing as when I saw Run DMC in 1988, right. when I got to experience that being out on that tour with Run DMC. My whole thing is, I don't care what you do as a DJ and as an MC, your approach to it has to be as entertaining as when we sit up and we watch Frankie Beverly and Maze.
Definitely.
You understand what I'm saying?
Definitely.
It has to be, it's entertainment. Like I'm not a fan of just mediocre, just going through the motions.
Right.
Because, as you heard me say many times on that mic, man, my motto is big or small, we rock them all.
No matter what.
I heard him say it in the Temptations movie, man. If there's only 10 people out there, they deserve the same great show if it was 10,000.
Hey, that's the same motto, no matter what. Yep.
And that's where I am when I touch that mic. I want things to be right. Although, it's a freestyle off the top, meaning, in the sense it's on the spot. We just doing what we do. We feel the energy of the DJ.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it's like, my whole thing is, I have this thing where I'm connected to the vibration of the music.
Yeah.
So I can already tell what the DJ is getting ready to drop before he do it.
Yeah.
He can just go zip, zip, because I'm so in sync with the music. I know what record that is. and you getting ready to drop it, this is what I'm going to say. This is the chant that I'm getting ready to say.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
just based on what the energy and the spirit of hip hop is. You know, what I mentioned about DJ Hollywood, you know, that a lot of kids need to know about. You know, he was the first guy who ever said, say ho.
Yep.
You know, that's where
Yeah.
we got that from, DJ Hollywood, and throw your hands in the air, you know. So that right there, that spirit is something that I carry in me, in a sense where, like you said, if you just have it in you, that's just natural. I can't say that, oh, I got this from them. Of course, I have my influences, you know,
Yeah.
when I touch that mic, when I get on that stage, you know, it's funny you say KRS-One, you know, and I guess we are just blessed to be cut from that same cloth. And I learned a lot from him too, because he's definitely one of the greats. But I would say my senseis is Run DMC,
Yeah.
you know,
For
because
sure.
especially Run. I don't know if if you were fortunate enough to see Run DMC in a heyday, like back in them days,
Not all the way.
but
Yeah.
just the way he took, ooh, track, man. When I tell you, you missed something amazing. The great Chuck D said, watching something on YouTube don't even do it justice of the spirit that you need to experience being there in the moment to see Jam Master Jay coming 20 feet from the sky off of the platforms and it's rocking like this.
We
And you
talking
see the
Fresh Fest days?
fireworks right out the Fresh Fest. We talking about Together Forever tour
Okay.
with
Okay.
Run DMC and Beastie Boys,
Okay.
and 1988 Run's House tour.
Word.
So to be able to see that, and it started with the Raising Hell tour, but when he started using a platform where they start bringing him down from the sky, and the music just bumping. Now just imagine this, because you know we come from the underground world of hip hop. We get on stage, everything is raw. But because I was introduced to that world first, in a sense where, you know, we talking 1987, 1988, I'm seeing what the level should be. It should be this
Right.
great.
Right.
And when Jam
Right.
Master Jay is coming and you got the fireworks, you know, the top pyrotechnics and all this shit going off, and he's scratching Jam Master Jay, Jam Master Jay, and it's coming down in the crowd like at fever pitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all ready to rock out there? Somebody say ho! You know, it's like that. I felt chills, and
Yeah.
I'm standing right there in front of the stage. So, you know, every, you know, frequency is going through me. And
Yeah.
just to have that, man, was such an amazing experience as a kid that it blew my mind. And I said, well, if I'm going to get on that microphone, it has to be every bit of that or better. You know what I mean?
And it definitely is. I think also as an MC, as a rapper, as a MC, you know, host, as a show host, because this is actually a role reversal. Last time we did this, you were the MC, you were the host for Stacks TV, and I was the
Yes,
guest.
sir.
So, but even then, you excelled at just the total art of MCing. Is kind of amazing to watch you do. Now, I do want to talk about Soul Elevation and my man Icy Ice, your man Icy Ice. How did that come about? And we do have a shout out to Remark in the place to be, DJ Chims, Abloon. Remark actually did an edit of I Got Love, because you know I put it on my mixtape and I put a verse on
man.
it. Yes.
Yeah, I Icy Ice forgot about that.
Yeah, forgot about that joint. So yeah,
so forgot about that.
Yeah, Remark threw the edit out. They've been playing it pretty much. I mean, almost every time the Snapback DJ stream, at least one of them plays it. So it's dope. But going back to Soul Elevation, that's sort of where we met before that. But that's sort of where we connected because we were doing the shows, we were in the circuit together. How did Soul Elevation come about? How did you link up with Icy Ice?
Well, first of all, I want to say salute to all of our Snapback family,
whole squad,
and all of these dudes. I'm proud of y'all for holding the platform down and keeping it going. You know, even in my absence, and you know, please to all of y'all, you know, charge it to my head and not to my heart. It's just, you know, just going through again trying times. But going back to that, when I was telling you about working at DMK, which, you know what I'm saying, all them dudes out there know about the DMK.
Yeah.
It was a crazy time. He was doing so well. I would say that he may have been, I may go out on a limb and say that he was the biggest Asian promoter in Los Angeles. Like his
at that time, it had to be. Yes,
definitely. At
sure.
that time, he was. Yeah, so it was crazy, man. And if I'm wrong for that, you know, maybe somebody can remind me of whoever came before him.
I'm not sure if I could think of.
That time.
I'm not sure I could think of a lot of promoters, period, that were rocking the
because
Grand, that were packing out the Grand at
right,
four
right.
levels at Variety
Yeah,
Arts. I can't think of too many others.
exactly,
Yeah, it's
exactly. And the
crazy.
Mayan, we would do
And the
the
Mayan,
Mayan,
yeah.
so he was doing a lot of big things. So I know in the black promoters was Icon Entertainment. They had the Palladium, with all the celebrities would come through there. And I was signed to a production deal with the dudes that ran that anyway. So that was like, but anyway, coming back to DMK, um, I'm rocking with him. They doing so well that they opened up. He said, well, yo, I'm gonna start another night Thursday night over at this spot called Live Bait in Long Beach
Word
on
up.
PCH.
Word up.
And yeah, man. So we rocking, and Hideo's there, and he brought in a couple new kids, and one of those dudes just happened to be this dude that called himself the Funky Filipino. And it was so crazy, man. When I would get on the mic with this dude, and everybody was like, yo, that was dope. Like, man, when did y'all rehearse that? And me and Ice would look at each other like, I don't even know this dude. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, man, it was so crazy, man. The way y'all did this, it was like, man, that shit looked rehearsed. And I was like, well, no, man, again, I feel the DJ and what he's getting ready to do. And Ice has an energy that, that feels so comfortable in the pocket. And one thing I respect and love about the dude is he's one of those guys that's very secure in where he is as a DJ. He knows that I'm a lot when I'm on that mic. I'm a lot that's going on.
Yeah.
But he stays calm in his pocket. So that happened so much so that he was like, yo, and he was at the beat at the time, DJing at the beat. And so, we did a few of those weeks there. And by the second, third week, he was like, man, I'm doing events with the beat, as well. He was like, man, you mind if I call you out and come rock with me? And we did Sugar Shane Mosley's party down at Glam Slam at the time. Man. He invited me out. I rushed down there like, hell yeah, I'll do that. I just got finished like frying chicken back in my meat eating days. And I came through there running and rushing, smelling like chicken and shit. You know what I'm saying? But, salute. There was so many people there, man, and that was such a great energy that he was like, yo, man, I love your style. And I was like, yo, I like your style too, man. And one day, and then all of a sudden, when the Live Bait stopped, I hadn't seen him in a little while, and then we ran into each other again, like a couple years later, or a year later, or something like that. And he said, "Yo, I'm getting ready to go on a tour in the Philippines, man. I've been looking for you. I want you to come and rock with me, man. Because when I go out there, I want to stand out. You know what I'm saying? From the other DJs that's been over there doing." He was like, "All my boys, I had a few of my boys go over there, but he was like, if I take you, it's gonna be a whole nother level." And I was like, well, you already know. And he was like, well, shit, man, let's do it because I'm leaving this week. And I was like, word? Now, I'm excited.
It sounds so much like, all right, go ahead, yo, go ahead.
And we had a De La Soul concert at the House of Blues. So all this shit is going on. So I'm feeling it right now and leaving with the excitement, only to get home and realize, like, hell, you going somewhere? You ain't got no passport, man. So, like, when is that? Now, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell is that? And, so I had to go through the rush of getting that. And it's a crazy story, man. Long story short with that, I didn't have a passport, and I go to get one. I go over there to the building over in Westwood to get it. Come to find out I didn't have enough money, with me at the time. Right. And so I had to leave. And then I was like, well, if I leave, I don't want them to close. So I'm rushing. And just so happened, I walk out there in the courtyard, just happened to be one of my customers that I cut his hair, one of my clients.
Oh, wow.
Being a barber as well back then.
Yeah.
He out there smoking a square. Like, I'm like, yo, what's going on? He's like, hey, what you doing out here? I'm like, man, I'm over here trying to get this, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. He was like, man, I need to come over there and get a cut. And I was like, listen, I'm gonna go out on a limb, man. I know you gotta come in. I was like, man, but if you can give me some money ahead of time for your cut. He was like, well, I'll just come later on or tomorrow. And I was like, I'll give you the money right now. Man, that's when they say God is good. It just happened like that. I went in there and perfect, man. Went in there. They said, well, okay, if you pay a little bit extra, you can get it like immediately. And so by the time I got that, I called Ice, and then I tried to get in touch with his manager. It was Pete Salgado, rest in peace, man. He was a big part of me and Ice life in that early days. He just passed away recently, and he had a major Mexican artist named Jenny Rivera.
Word.
He was managing her as well.
Word.
But anyway, man, again, we went to the, so it's like I almost didn't go. I'm trying to get in touch with Ice. Ice had the record store. I'm like, yo, he's not there. He's not here right now. And this is, before cell phone. So, we didn't
Yeah.
have that quick
Yeah.
connection. So he didn't get back with me. And I'm like, oh man, I was so depressed, man. I'm walking down Hollywood Boulevard. I lived in Hollywood at the time. Walking down Hollywood Boulevard, running into people I know. He was like, bro, man, keep your head up. Everything will work out. The spiritual brother, he gave me a few words and made me feel good. And next thing you know, out of nowhere, Ice and his manager called me like 2 days later. And it was almost close to a time for us to go. He was like, yo, I need you to go to this place to get your plane ticket. And then we go. So all that works out. Ended up being able to go. I get on the plane by myself for the first time, a 20-hour flight, right?
Wow.
20 hours. We gets over there. Yeah, the whole thing by myself because they flight was already booked. So they over there. This is first time flying, out of the country by myself. Had a layover in China. I feel like it was like I stayed. My layover was like 2 days long. It was long. And,
all layovers
crazy.
are forever.
By the time oh my God, man. So by the time we got to the Philippines, I'm there. We doing our thing. We rock. And so we on our little tour. And in between that, we stopped at a Starbucks. We did a show called the Breakfast Show, which was equivalent to Good Morning America. So we on that show.
Oh, word, okay.
So then we had another radio show later on that day in the afternoon. So we had a break in between that show. So 12 o'clock some in the afternoon, we sitting there in Starbucks and Ice was like, yo, man, we've been rocking like this for a minute, man. He was like, man, we might as well make it official and just become a group. You know what I'm saying? Just come up with a name or something and let's just do it.
Yeah,
You out here, you trying to get on with a record deal. I work at the radio station. We got management. Let's try to make it happen. And I was like, cool. You know what I'm saying? And I think like that 2 weeks later, when we got back, I came up with the name and I was like, what name would best fit what we do? Well, I've always been a soulful brother. And the way we rock crowds, we elevate souls.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one night a brother was leaving the club. He came over there and hugged me. He was like, yo, bro, I was having a bad day. I had a bad day at work. I was getting ready to kill my boss and it was crazy. He was like, man, I appreciate you because you literally lift my spirit tonight, man. I felt like I left a concert and we was just in a club with girls. I was on a dance floor. I was trying to dance with every girl on the floor, man. You just lift my spirits. And I'm driving back home on the 405 and it clicked and I said, lift my spirits, soul elevation, and that was it.
That was
soul
it.
Elevation. I mean, I's been rocking since then, man.
That is a very ill story. Let me shout out some folks real quick. What's up, Chrissy? What's up, Toya? What's up, Stubbs? What's up, Chims? Jay Broski, Gene Hove. Everybody's like, wait, is that Toquon? We got Toquon in there. Yo, man. This is a thing I want to, like, you kind of mentioned a couple things that we want to touch on because you guys have traveled quite a bit as Soul Elevation. Yeah. I know you have traveled quite as bit as an MC for Loose Ends as well more recently, but all the way through the past, you've been a traveling MC.
And a reggae artist named Lover Boy, out of Belize. He was the artist that was on, and so we traveled, and I rocked with him as well. That's when the whole reggae hip hop world was coming together strong.
How often are you mistaken for Jamaican?
Man, you know what? Matter of fact, it's funny because me and Mark Love used to do Jamaica Gold.
Yeah,
right?
Yep.
I got on as an MC with them in 2000.
Yep.
And Q-Boy asked me to come on and rock with them. And man, I had been in that reggae world, man, for quite a few years. I went from Jamaica Gold to Club Footsteps, these other brothers, man. And I mean, I touched so many stages with them and I was just talking yesterday, like, damn. Man, I was around so many legends in the reggae world, man. I mean, you name it, the top dudes. Like I've hosted their shows.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And rocking the same crowd. And we talking about Beanie Man, Elephant Man. You talking Barrington Levy. We talking about T.O.K. We talking about Red Rat, which is one of the illest reggae performers out there, man. And the great Shabba Ranks, man. Some of my favorites, man. And so just being in that world was just so crazy. But so anyway. The question, you said, a lot of girls are like, hey, Where you from, boy? You know, I'm like, I'm from here. Oh, you're a Yankee boy, huh? You're a Yankee boy. I'm like, yeah, I guess. Is that an insult or I don't know, whatever, But my spirit is always, my response was like, yeah, it's like, how are you able to come in here and rock us the way you
Yeah,
do?
yeah.
And I try to make people understand, what I'm saying, that, just being, of the original cloth, what I'm saying, the original man. I said the earth is mine, so I can go anywhere among
Anywhere,
any music genre
anywhere.
and be who I am.
Yes.
So that's how I'm able to go in and fit in anywhere. I speak a universal language when it comes to this music.
And that's we actually share that. We've never said that to each other, but I've actually said that same thing to other people. So we
Absolutely.
share that as MCs. All right. Now, told you the interview was 30 minutes, and I did mention it was gonna fly by. So we gonna
Woo,
hold on
this
because I
is
still
great.
got a couple more questions.
Okay,
All
okay.
right. So snapback LBC. All right.
Yeah.
I call you my supervisor. Like I'll be chilling, I'll be having a comfortable, cause we MC, we have a similar energy, but mine
Yes.
is like, all right, we're gonna keep this party live and keep it going. We good. We're gonna do our thing. And
Yeah.
then you come in and I'm like, all right, am I rocking? Cause I know what's about to happen. I'm gonna hand this microphone to Toquon, and the whole crowd is gonna be jumping, and then they gonna hand it back to me, and I'm gonna be like, all right, y'all, so
No,
it's
no, no.
track.
But
You know what I
listen,
mean?
let me tell you, man. Like, no, you listen. At the end of the day, we come from the generation of, as the old saying go, God bless the child that got his own. You
Yes.
know, James Brown said that about Michael Jackson. The thing is, we come from that generation where you have to be yourself. You know
Yeah,
what
of
I'm saying?
course, of course.
And so the whole thing is, what I like to tell people is, what me and Track Life bring is a different energy, but yet at the same time, at the core of that brother, he's so hip hop. At times I've said that he's probably more hip hop than me, just in a sense of just being a purist of what the craft and the culture is. This is why when I get on the mic and you're there, I have to say to the crowd, this dude is just more than a dude that just yell on the mic and tell the DJ, "Yo, you playing this?" Like lyrically, you have to know what this is right here, because I don't want people to get this shit twisted of what it is. We ain't just some throw your hands in the air type of
Yeah,
dude in the
yeah.
club.
Nah,
Like
nah.
he was getting that ass lyrically. So I have to let them know that and let them know you have records and shit out. You see what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Because some
yeah.
people might, and people, as the great Roy Jones say, y'all must have forgot. People can forget quick.
Very
You know what I'm
quickly,
saying?
very
What
quickly. I
else you've
agree.
done. So they'll put us in that hole. They'll put us in that hole and think, well, that's all they are. You know what I'm saying? But nah, I have to let them know, man. But again, saying to you, I've always been proud of you and always loved the energy that you brought to that platform or any platform that I see you do. Because before
Word.
Snapback, it was the other joints that you was doing, and you always showed me love, man, and you always get love from me.
Hey, we
For
brothers,
whether
man.
it's just
We brothers. It's
all
been a
for
learning
life,
process for
man.
both of us. I'm gonna hold you on
Yes,
this one.
sir.
We standing on stage one night. We both have this. For all the snapback DJs know, especially Remark and Icy Ice, we both have a different pattern to the Lauryn Hill joint. So
Yeah.
you have we that is both. If you put that Lauryn Hill joint on in snapback LBC or snapback NoHo, Toquon got a way that it's going rock.
Oh, you're talking about Killing
Yeah,
Me Softly.
yeah, killing me softly.
Okay, okay,
You have a
Fuji,
way that you gonna
Fuji.
rock. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I say Lauryn Hill joint. The Fuji joint, killing me softly.
Right, right,
If
right.
you play that joint at the end of the night, it doesn't matter which MC is on. The energy's gonna be the same, but we both had chosen a different pattern. So I'm gonna tell you a story real quick, and then I'm gonna ask you a question. So I'm
Okay.
standing there one night, NoHo. You were rocking NoHo, and they played that joint,
Yeah.
and it was the last song of the night, and you got off stage. You got off stage. I'm thinking it's NoHo. It might have been Long Beach, whatever. You got off
Hmm.
stage. Whole crowd is around you, and y'all are all singing this song together,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
Now, at the time, I thought I had the illest killing me softly routine of any human being ever. But I was like, all right, I need to make sure that I kill this joint every time. So
Yes.
my question in all of that is not specifically about that. It's about that joint.
Yeah.
How are you coming up with this? Is for all the MCs out there because I do this too. how are you coming up with your own catchphrases, your own DJ Hollywood type movements? I mean, it's not just yes, yes, y'all. There are different cadences, different sayings that Toquon himself. We play the birthday joint all the time. Like, that's a Toquon joint. How are you coming up with this? Is it in the moment? Are you sitting back like, yo, I got to come up with something ill and preparing? How are you coming up with these catchphrases and this energy?
It's just like we do as when we freestyle off the top of the head. It's my feeling. You know, the same way I felt Icy Ice when he was DJing back in 1999. It was just the energy and what I captured from each record. And I heard the great Dougie Fresh say this. The cloth that we're from, when we, and I asked him, Dougie, personally, I said, man, I've been to shows of yours where you won't even perform not one of your, and you got hit records. Why is it that you don't perform? He said, because I read the energy of the crowd, and you got to give the people what they want, as the great OJ said.
Wow.
You got to give the people what they want based on the feeling and energy. He also said that when I'm MCing and rocking, party rocking, right? Every song that they play, no disrespect to none of the artists that they're playing, but that record is my record. And when he said that, I felt it instantly, because
so true.
People always say, what is it that give you that kind of energy to rock with that record? Because at that time, I am living vicariously through your hit record.
Yeah.
And if it's the type of hit record that has the vibration that capture the heart of the people, no matter what DJ play it, he could be the wackest nigga in the world. But if that music is right and you play it, the crowd is going to explode. They feel that feeling that, oh, I remember where I was when I first heard this. Oh, this made me feel like this. I was with my boyfriend. I was with my girlfriend. I was with my, so whatever that energy is. So anyway, that record becomes mine. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because I am a live performer, that what people have to understand, what I try to get them to understand when they come and ask me, how do you rock? As though you do. I say, well, because I'm a performer. I'm not just a dude that just like to hear myself on a mic in a club. I am an entertainer. I actually rap. I've toured, I perform, I rock crowds, performing my own records. Yep. So I am a performer, and plus I've been influenced by the greats in 1988, Run DMC, Public Enemy, Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, EPMD, the Run's House tour was one of the greatest tours that I ever experienced in my life, just to see what entertainment is supposed to be. I can't accept nothing less. So that record becomes my record, and I perform that shit like it's mine. And I want to do it to the point where, example, when you play, oh my God, my brain is, when we play, check it out, let me hear you say, whoa.
Oh yeah. Everyday people.
Yeah. Me and Remark goes into the energy of that, man. And it's so crazy. They're killing it, and I shout out to my man Remark too, because that dude is a great student, because he studied me and Icy Ice to a T, to the point where if something ever happened to Ice and I needed a DJ just to fill in for a minute, I know I could call Remark, because Remark gonna already know where to drop it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. He has that ear. He see us.
His timing is immaculate. Working with Remark. I put him in my top 5 favorite DJs to work with, because his timing is brilliant. Between him and Mark Love, I always got to shout out Mark Love, but Remark's timing is like it's always on, and he's always playing the right record.
And he pays attention. So that's the thing is, my only thing with him is I try to get him, like, get those nerves out of him, because he get nervous, like, yo, calm down. We trying to take it to the level of the way we can rock, because if we ever need to do this shit on a level of like I did at the Freestyle Festival at Long Beach, at the Queen Mary, and we rocking like 9,000, 17,000 people. I want, everybody that rock with me to be prepared for that level.
That's my man, though. I think the nerves is what makes him great. I think he gets up there. He knows how serious it is. He knows what's about to happen.
But he get frustrated. He be ready to cuss a motherfucker out.
Oh, like, but see, that what's funny? We talk about Remark. That's my dude.
He's calm about it. He's calm about it. He's not like Mark Love.
But they have the exact same. I swear to God, like I'll be like, people be around the DJ booth. I'm like, do not talk to them right now. Don't say a word. Just let him do his thing, because right now I can see it. So it's funny like, that working with them is my favorite thing. They're two of my favorite DJs, but they do both have that same, like, leave me alone when I'm in my zone thing.
Yes, sir. But no, to answer that question though, man, that record just becomes mine. I live that and perform it like it's mine, and I understand and respect the energy and what was put into the production of that beat. So I feel it and I ride that like an MC lyrically, how we would ride a
Yep.
beat.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
They say, well, how do you write? How do you write rhymes? I say I always go where the beat take me.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
so that's the same way with my routines in the club. I just go where the vibration take me as a musician, as a rapper, as just a dude that's just love music, man.
That's dope, man. Man, I can't tell you how much I appreciate having you on. I was nervous when I hit you up, man. I was like, yo, is he going to, you know what I'm saying? What's he up to or whatever? But I knew that you would come through, man.
Yeah,
We brothers. I knew I could count on you to fall through. And I
absolutely,
wanted
man.
you to be able to tell part of your story. And I feel like we still didn't get into all the
No,
things
we
I
didn't.
wanted to get into.
Yeah,
We only scratched the
right,
surface. So
right.
we are
Well,
definitely going to do this
this
again.
part one. This
Yeah, this is
part
part
one.
one.
Let's
We
really,
we could do a series, man. You have so much
yeah,
history as an MC,
yeah,
like we could do a series. But thank you,
yeah,
Toquon, man. I appreciate it. Everybody is showing love. Like everybody is like, we got Stubbs in the chat. We got Toya
yeah.
in the chat. We got Remark in the chat. We got Ab Verse, DJ Verse in the chat. Chims. People just showing love. Gene Hove, like, you know what I'm saying? We haven't seen
What a
you in a while.
hole! What a hole! Hey, listen, man. I want to give a major amount of respect, props to my man Stub, DJ Stubulation, man. Thank
Yes.
you for this platform, man. That this flag that we carry, man. Just to be able to bring this on, as a younger dude coming up, and just carrying this, where we get to still express ourselves with the generation of music that we love, man.
Yep.
So
Yep.
salute to that brother. You know what I'm saying? That's
Definitely.
the general out there. So you keep doing what you're doing, man. Stay inspired.
We
I know we in crazy times, and we'll bring it back.
we are also changing his name, or I am. It's Stubbs the stenographer, Stubbs the dictator. Supermodel Stubbs, because he dyed his hair a different color. Like, I'm trying to come up with
Oh
new
my
names.
God. Oh my God.
Word up,
Oh my
Toquon, man.
God.
Thank you, brother, for being on. We got to do part 2 of this.
Let's do it,
Within
man.
the coming months for sure, man. So you know how to do
Yeah.
it. The technology is on point. So we're gonna do
Yeah.
this again, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hold on for 1 sec, Toquon. I'm gonna go ahead and pay some bills real quick. Thank you
Okay.
again, man. Shout out, yo. Yo, and that is that. Can y'all believe it, man? We had Toquon on the show. Yo, I was hyped, man. When he was down, we got on. We practiced first. He'll tell you about that. But we got on. We worked it out, man. Shout out to the whole Snapback crew. Somebody let me know if DJ Icy Ice is still on, and I'll make sure that I raid him. But for now, for those of y'all checking it out, please make sure you go to snapbacklive.com/chief. That's CHEEF. And you can definitely use this snapback code. So use the code snapback and you will get a discount on all Chief Botanical products. These are all natural products. I have the CBD gummies. They work out very well for me, very calming and the whole nine. Yo, shout out. Ice is still on. Thank you, Chrissy. I appreciate it. Chrissy the mod. That's the homegirl all day. Shout out to my mod. And we're going to do this again with Toquon, man. So thank y'all very much. We are out of here like last year. And on the count of 3, we say peace. 1, 2, 3. Peace. And y'all go ahead and stand by. I'm going to go ahead and raid Icy Ice real quick. Thank y'all very much. We are out of here, man. We about to raid Icy Ice. Tell them Toquon said what up. We out. Yo, thank you. Thank you so much, man.